Hello there, and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. Last time out, we went from strength to strength, as there were some bad omens afoot in both the tag team division and the final spot of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match being decided. We also saw a no contest between what was supposed to be singles action, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, but they just cannot seem to keep their hands off each other at the minute and just absolutely brawling to a no contest. So hopefully that'll be sorted soon. But before we get there, we've got Seth Rollins in the main event this evening. He'll be one-on-one with Cedric Alexander. Cedric making the claim that, alright, you've got your hands full with Drew with your world title, but you've got another title strapped to you. And I want to prove that I'm up for the challenge. So Seth Rollins, again fulfilling his obligations to his television championship. Not granting the title match per se, but just seeing what Cedric can do stepping up to him in the main event this evening. Before we get there, women in singles action. Chelsea Green versus Fallon Henley. We saw a fantastic display last week between Bayley and Kairi Sane. Once again, Chelsea looking to step out into the FDW limelight to prove that she could potentially rule the roost one day here in the FDW Women's Division. But at the top it is a very hotly contested division at the minute. Lots going on.
Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
A win here for either woman would be huge and couldn't hurt her chances. Stepping out next, Fallon Henley.
And from Chelsea, Michigan, Fallon Henley.
Still yet to set the world on fire here on FDW's Fallon Henley, but you know, slow starts could lead to big things down the line. When opportunity comes a knocking, you've got to take those opportunities and try to convert them. A win over Chelsea Green here would be big, as Chelsea becoming somewhat of a mainstay already here in FDW, as Henley looks all ready to step up. Bit of a different approach here from Henley, flinging herself into the corner. Double knees there from Chelsea Green to Fallon Henley as a slow, methodical start to this match. Perhaps she's had to change her style a bit as Fallon Henley, as has Chelsea Green. Will Chelsea need to go to the mean streak that we've seen from her? We've seen glimpses of it. She's going to need to go to that place to get the win on this occasion. Still to come this evening, we will be seeing, in sort of a continuation from last week, Johnny Gargano taking on Ludwig Kaiser in singles action. After so much divide and conquer last week, the two teams are pretty much calling each other out to see how they can get on in singles fair against each other. So the match has been granted. And we will also be seeing the tag team champions in action. The Usos taking on the ever effervescent Andre Chase and Duke Hudson of Chase University. Fallon Henley with a quick pinfall now. A pinfall attempt over Chelsea Green, looking to get the job done. But very steady, systematic approach from Henley. Springboarding her out of the middle. Or into the middle of the ring, sorry. As she looks to go to the top. High risk maneuvers now. Will they pay dividends for her? On this occasion, yes. Huge missile dropkick off the top, and you got to think this could be big. It's a 2 count. Chelsea nearly hits 3. Or Henley nearly hits 3, sorry. Wrenching at the neck now is Fallon Henley. Teeing her up and again stomping her down. We are 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank. Still so much to look forward to on that card. I alluded to it earlier. Seth will be defending his world title against Drew McIntyre, the rightful #1 contender. 1 count from Jimmy. Drew earning that opportunity at Backlash, having fought his way past Big E and then LA Knight. And now with a running bulldog on Chelsea Green. Now that is insult to injury if there ever was some. Another 2 count. What's she going to have to do? She's going to have to dig deep to get that final second just to pin her down to the mat. But will Chelsea have it scouted? Yes, she does on this occasion. Ever the experience of Chelsea Green now. She flicking through into the Canadian Destroyer. Henley stunned. Does she have the ring awareness to get the rope break? Can it be done? She does have the power left within there to just kick out. Chelsea perhaps signalling for it. She's going to rack her up. Here it comes, wrapping around into the I'm Prettier. Double leg hook, 2 count from Jimmy, and there's the 3. Chelsea Green coming up tops on this occasion.
Here's your winner, Chelsea Green.
Another solid bout for Chelsea. Next up, tag team action. As the Usos taking on the challenge of Chase U. Making his way to the ring first, Duke Hudson. Again, still coming out separately. Interesting approach from Chase U.
The following contest is a tag team match set for 1 fall. Introducing first, representing Chase University from Adelaide, Australia, weighing in at...
This will be an interesting match. As here comes the leader of Chase U, Andre Chase. Flamboyant as ever, crowd on his side.
Representing Chase University from Dripple.
No gold on the line here this evening.
And at a combined weight
They are just seeking to make a
490
name for themselves, but
the tag team champions,
in a bit of a change to their attire, it would appear.
the Bloodline.
Seeking to represent the bloodline strong are the Usos. Confidence just oozing from them both, strutting down to the ring, and wouldn't you be after dethroning Wyatt and Karrion Kross in such a manner? The Usos stepped to the middle of the ring and up on the ropes. Flaunting the FDW Tag Team Championships. A win here for Chase U would put them in the conversation for a shot at the titles. The tag division starting to heat up now, with the debut last week of Imperium raising many an eyebrow, least of all that of DIY and the Usos. Andre Chase showing that, or Chase U, sorry, showing that they've been here since the start of Season 2. They want to be in the conversation and not forgotten about. But perhaps their inexperience together as a tag team, stepping up against a team like the Usos, no less. could be their undoing. You got to admire the tenacity at least. Jimmy now stomping down. And rolling through now, looking to get an easy pinfall. Only a 2 count on this occasion. As the floral wreath around Jimmy Uso's neck miraculously stays attached to his shoulder blades. They've gone for a different approach this time out, the Usos. Is that overconfidence going to be their weakness? As Hudson now, a powerhouse manhandling Jimmy Uso into the corner. Jay watching on intently. Jimmy able to kick out. Then brawl through. As Jimmy looks to hook the leg. 2 count on Hudson. Jimmy making this again effectively a 2-on-1 match. Yet to see much of Jay. As I say it, here he comes. The offense of the Usos swinging through. Damage to the groin there of Duke Hudson. He's got to be feeling that. Perhaps looking to make a tag. Just seeking to wear down Jey Uso a little bit. Divide and conquer approach. Very smart there from Andre Chase. Not quite even a 2 count. Now Andre Chase watching on intently. Looking perhaps for teachable moments, but with a team like the Usos, is there really anything left to teach? We've done it all when it comes to tag team wrestling. Now including hold the FDW tag titles. Jay rolls through. Slams Duke Hudson down. Center of the ring. Could it be 3? Jimmy. Ref Jimmy only counts to 1. Needing to distinguish once again between Ref Jimmy and Jimmy Uso. Maybe we need to rename Jimmy his actual name, Axiom. Still, never confirmed that mystery. As Jay pulls Duke Hudson away from the corner and slams him down to the mat. Damage to the back now as Jimmy Uso returns to the ring. Struts along and sucker punches Andre Chase. How's that for a teachable moment? Neckbreaker off the ropes. As Jimmy the ref seeks to bring it back to the middle of the ring, but Jimmy Uso flying over the top rope, wands to the sky. As the crowd acknowledges his brilliance. Will Duke Hudson be able to power through? Count of 3 now. And now up to 4. Hopefully we don't see another tag team match ending count out. That would be a real shame. Just as things heat up, we don't want things to start going sour and going soft. Back between the ropes now. Uso flings Duke Hudson. Count of 8ers. Jimmy Uso takes his time, wands to the sky. Has he seen the tag? Blindsided by the drop kick from Andre Chase. As Chase rather mockingly sticks his one finger up. As Jimmy makes the tag. Much needed tag, I think, now after the damage he put in on Duke Hudson. Jay needs to be the one. Chase, with a never say die attitude, not one to be undone. Looking to get a cheap shot in on Jimmy Uso, but Jimmy Uso having absolutely none of it. As Jay now is feeling Andre Chase's wrath. Only a 1 count. Andre Chase is going to need to do more than just that. Looking for the big boot. With the inexperience, it would appear. Uso with a fall away slam. Deep hook to the leg. 2 counters. Duke Hudson just watched on. Not looking to break up the pinfall attempt or anything. Did he feel that Andre had it? Was able to kick out? Against a team like this, you never know. Andre Chase now with Jey Uso firmly in their corner. The Ric Flair chops now, whittling Jey Uso down in the corner. That's really what they're going to have to do, just wear the Usos down over time if they got any hope of winning this match. We said earlier, a win here would put them in the conversation when it comes to the tag team titles, as the Usos are seeking the best of the best. Seeing as they see themselves as the best of the best. Up to the top, middle rope now goes Jey Uso, flipping Chase U through. Here comes the cover, it's a 1 count, it's a 2, and not quite enough, as once again Duke Hudson, confident perhaps that Chase U was able to kick out, thinking that it wasn't enough to get the job done. Jimmy now tagged in, and Jimmy has been the big one in this match so far in terms of getting the damage done. Chase now isolated on his own, as Hudson on the outside. Andre Chase being worn down. Don't know where Jimmy thinks he's going. He brings it back between the ropes. Bring it back to a vertical base now. As Chase once again held hostage in the Uso corner, the Uso penitentiary as it were. Still able to kick out. Can he make the tag to his partner? He desperately needs that tag now, or he will be becoming the Usos' bait. He makes the tag. Duke Hudson. Quick tags now from Chase U. They need to get a bit of tag team offense in. We've seen it already. And there is a big tag team maneuver there from Andre Chase and Duke Hudson as Jey looks to save the matchup with the breakup of the pinfall there. Everyone finding himself a little bit of breathing room. Andre Chase looking to sucker punch Jey Uso. Malicious that was. Intent behind that punch. Big boot there from Andre Chase. Jimmy Uso just leveled down to the mat, dropping a huge elbow-like drop there into the one half of the tag team champions. Wrenching at the neck now is Andre Chase, wearing down Jimmy Uso. We said at the start of this match, that's what needs to be done. Quick tag there, bringing in Duke Hudson. A much fresher Duke Hudson, teeing off on Jimmy Uso. And could this be the pendulum of momentum swinging back in the favour of Chase U? There's another tag. A big tag team manoeuvre is what's needed. Double axe handle on the back of Jimmy Uso, who is now busted open from those fresh white garments. I'm going to think I have to break out the Persil for this one. Duke Hudson with a huge drop kick onto Jimmy Uso, delayed suplex, dropping the elbow to the chest of Jimmy Uso as he looks to pick up the pinfall. Could this be 3? Kick out from Jimmy Uso as the match continues. Uso back firmly in control, busted open Duke Hudson. Both teams have shed blood for this match, and that's how far they're going to have to go. Jimmy seeking to regroup on the outside, tagging in Jey. Will Duke Hudson tag in his partner? Jey able to get there in time. Duke Hudson now. Again with Jay isolated. Jay finding himself more isolated than anyone in this match, I would say so. Big bear hug now from Duke Hudson as he's rushed into the turnbuckle and then suplexed halfway across the ring. Tag from Hudson to Andre Chase. Chase for the basement drop kick to the back. Lower spine area of Jey Uso as he looks to lock in a half Boston Crab, but again the inexperience of Andre Chase. How this is not a rope break, referee Jimmy, I do not know. Very lenient with the rules here as referee Jimmy, as the Usos make a quick double tag. Jay locking Andre Chase up as Jimmy Uso splash off the top to the back of Andre Chase's left leg. Jay back now in the ring as the legal man. And it's just the Usos just punishing Chase University. Jay up to the top rope, seeking for the Uso splash. It connects. Duke Hudson looking to make the save. And there it is. The match continues. Advantage Usos, you gotta think, as he looks for a super kick. Chase with it scouted. Not having any of it. Almost emulating Hulk Hogan there, pointing at him and flooring him down to the mat. Andre Chase now with Jimmy back to a vertical base. Bringing Jimmy into his corner. Off the bottom rope, middle rope, roll through. Tag into Duke Hudson. Blood still pouring from that head wound. And that's how far they're going to have to go. This is just to be in the conversation. What will they do if they ever do get a tag title shot? But Duke Hudson with it connecting. Jay saving the matchup once again. Duke Hudson now. Big knee strike to the back of Jimmy Uso. And you got to think this could be the end as Duke Hudson gets Jay up for a huge razor's edge. Slamming him down to the mat. Hook to the leg. Can it be three? Can they be doing the unthinkable? And that is a victory for Chase University over the reigning tag team champions. Duke Hudson bleeding for the opportunity. And they have taken it. Chase buzzing with that one. As the Usos go away to lick their wounds. Now, speaking of the tag division, I alluded to it earlier. In a fallout from last week, singles action now. Ludwig Kaiser taking on Johnny Gargano. Both teams coming down to the ring supported by their teammates, or in the case of Ludwig Kaiser, stablemate. As we learned last week that Ilya Dragunov has realigned himself with Imperium, it would appear. Now this should be a good match. Ciampa wisely coming down to support his teammate as every wrestler on the roster is fully aware of Imperium and how dangerous they are. Let alone the fact that they're being flanked at the minute by the Cruiserweight Champion. Now, last week, it ended in a no contest, a double count out. We cannot have a repeat of that. It'll be interesting to see how this match goes. Who can pick up the victory? The crowd already firmly on the side of Johnny Wrestling as referee Jimmy calls for the bell. Kaiser wasting no time with a cartwheel-like attitude adjustment there. Johnny Gargano flung into the corner, and this should be a good old hard-fought match here between Gargano and Ludwig Kaiser. We saw glimpses of it last week, but now they're one-on-one. any momentum gained in this little rivalry will keep them in the conversation, as both teams ultimately will have their sights set on gold. Probably what they weren't expecting was for Chase University, to pick up a victory in that last match and effectively make themselves #1 contenders. Whether or not that match is granted is yet to be seen, but the pinfall victory over the champs certainly can't hurt your chances. Ludwig Kaiser now finding himself with a bit of space on the outside as Gargano watches on. Dragunov getting involved. We saw none of this from him last week as he just watched on. Now clearly he feels he needs to make his presence felt. The distraction on Gargano there as Ciampa sarcastically claps on. Underhanded tactics from Imperium already. We know for them the ring is sacred. We know how dominant they can be, but it's not beneath them to go to that place, to make those distractions, to do the sly little digs and bending of the rules when it favours them. Kaiser now with a great little hurricane rana, spiking Gargano. Still the match continues. Still to come this evening, we have the main event, Seth Rollins versus Cedric Alexander. Cedric looking to get his name in the conversation for the TV title, a championship which he feels should be defended, as Ilya Dragunov looks to get himself on TV. Seth Rollins more than happy to oblige Cedric's demands. Kaiser busted open already, and this is a bloody night for FDW. They're bleeding for it. They're sweating for it. Will they cry for it? Gargano, like a missile, just flinging his way to the outside. As the count begins. Can't have a repeat of last week. Up to 3 already as Kaiser unceremoniously yeets Johnny Gargano to the hard cam, and we're back between the ropes. Kaiser with no partner to tag. It's rare that we see Imperium in singles action. That's why they're supported by their managers. Interestingly enough, both Gargano and Ciampa are cruiserweights. So perhaps that's why Dragunov has taken particular interest in this team, scouting the competition for what he could be eventually in the ring with one day. But for now, he watches on as Ludwig Kaiser goes one-on-one with Johnny Gargano. Gargano rolls through and kick to the side of the face, that bleeding head wound from Ludwig Kaiser. Off the bottom rope is Johnny Gargano. And then a lion salt. Gargano with a huge hurricane rana to Ludwig Kaiser, and you've got to feel an advantage DIY here, as the mat is now stained with the blood of Kaiser. Huge discus clothesline there from Johnny Gargano. And could this be a victory? Jimmy watching on intently. And a big drop kick there from Johnny Gargano to Ludwig Kaiser, bringing him down to the mat. Hook to the leg. Could it be 3? No, on this occasion. Ciampa thinking that could have been it. He calls for it, hyping up the crowd, but not quite. Down to the mat now, locking in the crossface. Will this be it? Oh, Johnny Gargano looking for the high risk maneuver, but not quite having it completely calculated. As the mat now stained with tons of blood there from Ludwig Kaiser. And this is how far he's willing to go. Just seems to have angered him more than anything. Huge sit-out slam there from Ludwig Kaiser. As the blood pours continuously, the match rages on. Flinging himself to the outside, Kaiser taking down his own teammate in the process. Dragunov wisely taking a step back here as he can see where this is going. Will there be retaliation? Perhaps just a bit of miscommunication. Count of 5 now from the referee. Count of 6. As Gargano flung to the timekeeper's area corner. Will the count continue? Count of 8. Will Ludwig Kaiser really be looking to take a victory like this after last week's double count out? Count of 9. As Kaiser hoiks himself up to the outside, he takes a count of victory! What is going on between these two teams? I mean, once again, an unceremonious way to do it, Imperium. Count out victory. Again, I'm absolutely speechless. Is that really going to be Imperium's MO moving forward? And time will tell. But the main event this evening, the FDW World Champion, and I suppose more importantly for the sake of this match, TV Champion Seth Rollins, going one-on-one with Cedric Alexander. Title not on the line, but much like Chase University, Cedric Alexander looking to get his name in the conversation, to restart the conversation, if you like, of the television championship, with all eyes on the big brown belt, and all eyes ahead to Money in the Bank. The TV title, somewhat an afterthought at the minute, but certainly not for Cedric Alexander. He may have been a bit up and down. One victory, one loss in cruiserweight action. But taking these opportunities, he defeated Johnny Gargano on his debut. He lost to Ricochet when it came to getting an opportunity at the Money in the Bank ladder match. So what's next, he thinks? The TV title. It's really that tenacity you've got to admire in Cedric Alexander, forging opportunities for himself and not waiting for handouts. And what better way to step up than to step up to Seth Rollins. Seth immediately going for a quick cover. Seth more than happy to fulfill his obligations as the TV champion, as he has earned the right to sit atop the mountain. 2 episodes away from Money in the Bank. Seth with a big old target on his back, he must be thinking, right, got to get through Drew. And then what? As he comes crashing down on his knee. Because Seth could have a huge Money in the Bank shaped target, a Money in the Bank sized target on his back. As he could have one of CM Punk, Tyler Breeze, Ricochet or Bray Wyatt breathing down his neck, should he retain. All eyes on Rollins at the moment, as Cedric just wrenching at Seth's neck. And that is athleticism there from Cedric Alexander. Powering up. Wrenching at Rollins' arm. Looking to just remove his offense. Cedric's going to have to dig really deep if he's looking to get one up on the champ. As Rollins just dumps him to the outside. Big backbreaker there from Cedric Alexander to Seth Rollins. Looking to follow up with a dropkick, but Seth with it scouted. Got to get up pretty early in the morning to fool Seth Rollins. Cedric with a kip up, and again Seth with a quick enziguri there, dropping him down to the floor. Count of 5 now. We can't have another match ending. Count out, surely not. Back between the ropes we go. Who will win this match? I think I know. Cedric, though, with a big running kick to the side of Rollins. You see the way Rollins collapsed, just absolutely slumped to the mat. Is this the fatigue starting to set in for Seth Rollins? From being atop the mountain for so long. Cedric taking it out on Rollins' back. And again, one man who I believe will be watching this match very closely will be Drew McIntyre. Seeking to learn, assimilate, as he'll be having all eyes on Rollins in a couple of episodes' time. Rollins with the reversal now. Cedric Alexander looking to get some cheap shots in on Rollins on the outside. Seth powers Cedric up and dumps him on the top rope. Quick cover here from Rollins. 1 count from Doug, and there's a 2, not quite a 3. Rollins is going to have to dig deep in his bag of tricks. Or just stomp on the side of Cedric's head. Again, a reminder that Cedric picked a fight with this match. He wanted this match. Wanting a fight with the TV champ, but don't forget, the TV champ is also the world champ on this occasion. Seth fighting for the honour of both belts every time he steps between the ropes. Putting double the amount of pressure on himself, perhaps even more so. And he held the TV title for a good chunk of Season 1. Maintaining it into Season 2. And now with the duty of the world champion as well. He hits a frog splash off the top rope, coming crashing down on Cedric Alexander. He tees him up and stomps him down to the mat. Could that be enough to put away the upstart here, Cedric Alexander? And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Seth Rollins pinning Cedric Alexander. The championship held firmly aloft. But Drew McIntyre, clearly not happy. Eyeing up the TV title. What? Just clobbering Seth Rollins with it. Drew not even wanting to walk off with the TV title, feeling it's beneath him. Well, Seth having to put in a lot of work this season, it would appear. I'm looking forward to seeing where we go next with FDW. The women go from strength to strength. Big win there for Chase U, firmly inserting their name to the conversation as who's next to challenge for the tag titles. And then Lord knows what we're going to do about this count-out situation with Kaiser and Imperium. Stay tuned to FDW to find out what happens next. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Catch you soon.